Hello everyone, it's Pixel again, and here is actually my... Okay, first and foremost, I might as well address this. This was a Christmas gift, and sadly I never wore anything quite like this, so I'm sorry if I'm not wearing it right. I'm really sorry if I'm not wearing this right. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm wearing this right. But yeah, as you all recall, I did a review of a game called The Well Speaks to Me, and it turns out it has another game in the series. Well, and that would be They Watch from the Walls. I think... I'm so sorry, excuse me. But yeah, like I said, this was in fact a somewhat sequel to The Well Speaks to Me because, well, it's not a direct sequel. It basically takes place in the same universe as The Well Speaks to Me, and yeah. So, yeah, like I said, let's get into it. Oh, and disclaimer, I own nothing. Everything belongs to the rightful owners, so please go and support them and be nice. Anywho, let's get on with it. Now, the premise of this game is it's set around Halloween time. You play as this little girl named Carrie, who is basically at this little, like, Halloween fair, and I gotta admit, and there's this, like, one little funny moment where if you talk to one of the non-player characters, they actually say that they're dressed up as an NPC. And they don't know if they're fooling anyone, though, but still, could have fooled us. I don't know, that's just so funny. A little bit of meta humor there. But things start to take a turn as Carrie then encounters a mysterious character who's named Mr. Pumpkin. And he basically tells her that that he has a special Halloween attraction. It's basically a haunted house where he says that there's a surprise at the end. And he basically persuades Carrie into coming to the house to get the surprise because Carrie doesn't actually want Halloween to be over yet. Because he says that he doesn't want the fun to end, and he convinces her to come over to the haunted house somewhere in the woods that the Halloween fair is taking place in, but yeah. So Carrie agrees, but she actually encounters a rather familiar face. And I'll explain that later, but as she's heading towards the mansion, she sees a boy running out, and it seems that his arm is bleeding and that he's been injured, and tells her not to go in there, and that it's all a lie. But Carrie thinks that it was just an accident and he had to, well, he does go get help to treat his wound, but Carrie still persists on. And she actually meets these women who appear to be very, well, to say the least, they're creepy. They appear to be workers at the haunted house, and it's basically kind of like a puzzle solving game. And each girl that you find, they will like give you hints and to find the items, which are known as pumpkin keys, in order to progress. But yeah, like, I don't think it's ever specified as to who these girls are, but I get the feeling that they may be forced into doing this, or at the very least that, or they're cursed or something, or they were. And well, something else actually happens. Carrie actually finds a room with a lot of blood. Oh. Also, I probably should have said this earlier, but some viewers may find this disturbing, so viewer discretion is advised, please. Sorry about that. But yeah. Sorry about that. So Carrie finds this room that's filled with blood and what appears to be a girl laying on and it looks like she was gut open, to say the least. And of course Carrie realizes what this means and that the surprise isn't worth it anymore, and she tries to leave, but once she makes it outside of the haunted house, she's then face to face with another door. And she's also face to face with a terrifying creature. Which is hinted at to be real or part of her imagination. Either or, it's still rather jarring. And we come to one of the endings, and yeah, this game has two endings, the good and the bad. First off is the bad ending. Basically, Mr. Pumpkin well, it's revealed that he's done this kind of thing before, that he basically lured children away during Halloween and basically put them all in cages, and well, his intentions are impure, to say the least. Like, really impure. But yeah, like, he has no good intentions for Carrie or any other child that he kidnapped. And she basically begs to be let go and to go home, but of course he doesn't plan on doing so because, well, he, you know, like I said, impure, just no. But, and he basically also says that it's revealed that he actually has cameras implanted in the walls of the haunted house in order to see if anyone was cheating, and he says that, I think her name was Cindy? He basically said that a child named Cindy cheated, and she ended up, well, yeah, you could probably, so yeah, it's that the girl in that room was named Cindy and that she cheated, and that was sadly the price that she paid. But yeah, like I said, really creepy stuff. And also, and he of course also has other children that he's put into cages, like Carrie, and he plans on taking them, sorry about that, he plans on actually taking them somewhere else. And because it's hinted at that he's done this before, and if he's not stopped now, then he's going to keep doing it. But yeah, that's, and you recall that in the beginning in the game, Carrie actually met a familiar stranger. And it's actually the guy from The Well Speaks to Me. Now, he's still not named, but this ending expands a bit more about what's going on in this town and in these woods. He's basically suspected of taking away the children. But of course, at one point he actually, at least correct me if I'm wrong, he says that, well, you all made a deal, like, there's something going on in these woods, and you all ended up having to do, like, you basically made a deal with him. You let your children go with him. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's pretty much the bad ending. Now, the good ending actually has, and actually, okay, I'll talk about it after I talk about the good ending. Now, the good ending is sorry about that, is this guy actually makes it to the haunted house, and he basically ends up stabbing Mr. Pumpkin. And it's revealed here also that there's also some kind of, that Mr. Pumpkin says that there's some, mentions magic, and there's some kind, so it's hinted at that there's some kind of magic going on, at least. And that's probably what's been happening and how he managed to, and that's probably one of the many ways he probably captured the children. But thankfully, Carrie and the rest of the children are saved and freed. And thankfully, Mr. Pumpkin won't bother them anymore. But that's not exactly where the good ending, well, ends. Because it's revealed that this guy has been doing an investigation of some kind. Basically, he gets the feeling that these events were probably linked to the events that happened in The Well Speaks to Me, along with Alice and her family. Because it may have been hinted at that Alice may have not actually that Alice wasn't the killer, but instead it was something else or someone else that killed and drowned her family, leaving only her up until that day that he comes for whatever reason. And we don't really find out who this he is. But yeah, it's hinted at that maybe Alice wasn't responsible for her family's demise, but because, well, just, it's hinted at that she wasn't responsible. Or, sorry about that. That she had maybe nothing to do with it at all. Because in the bad ending, when he's being accused by the townspeople, they said, oh, you couldn't help that girl and her family, and look what happened to her. Actually, sorry about that. And once again, I'm sorry if I'm wearing this wrong. I am so sorry, excuse me. But yeah, I am so sorry. So, it's hinted at that it has something to do with the woods, and it's possible that the woods that this game takes place in is possibly the same woods that Alice and her family lived in before it was just, well, her. And there's also, because there's also magic involved. That much could be true, even though I mean, if you kind of think about it a little, for me it was kind of a little ambiguous, even though or if it was just, smoke and mirrors type of thing, because but yeah. So, the whole haunted house thing could be connected to what happened to Alice and her family. Might being a keyword here, because this guy even has a conspiracy board at one point, and we see that a picture of Alice from The Well Speaks to Me, and basically a bunch of pictures of that are connected together by the red string, you know what I mean. But yeah, like I said, this game, its predecessor, or maybe The Well Speaks to Me, it has an air of mystery. Well, yeah, we don't know that much about Alice or her family, because, well, but as you progress on and on, you get more as to what may have happened to Alice's family. But yeah, but whatever's happening with the woods that's making everyone like this and is inviting all sorts of, well, baddies, then it's not good what's going on in the woods. It's safe to say it isn't, but let me see. Oh, so yeah, that's kind of all the time I have for now, but thank you all for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!